China's plans for the central government reorganization is especially important. There have been reorganizations in the past, but the reason why this is particularly important this time is the timing of the 14th Lianhui two sessions, because it comes right after the 20th CPC National Congress in October of last year, which set the agenda not just for the next 5 years, as normal party congresses do, but really for the next 25 plus years to 2049, the 100th anniversary of the People's Republic of China. If we look at the areas of restructuring, we really learn a lot. We learn what are the priorities of the government at this time, which are the major challenges. And we also learn where the emphasis are and what the big problems are. I think the two largest things that we can see are the tremendous focus on science and technology, which are absolutely necessary to bring about and to continue China's modernization, Chinese modernization, as they say. The several paragraphs in the official readout was on science and technology. It was not only developing science and technology, but it was giving specific directives. For example, that universities, research institutes, and industry should work together. That top scientists should be given substantial resources to enable them to pioneer and make breakthroughs in different fields. So it's very specific. So you see a tremendous orientation towards science and technology. And indeed, one of the central government's reorganization, prioritizing science and technology, giving the Ministry of Science and Technology greater powers. It sounds contradictory, but less areas under their mandate. So some of the specific things they were doing was actually delegated out to, I think, 6 or 7 other ministries. So they have less to do in terms of administration, but having overall overarching responsibility. So it's a far bigger responsibility, less implementation work, more policy coordination for the whole government. Very significant. The other area of new structure is in data management, the new data management, showing the importance of data, both from a security basis in terms of data security for the future, but also development of e-commerce, which is so critical for China's overall development. And then a financial overarching body to coordinate all financial activities rather than having it in the different banking or securities authorities. There's now an overall financing, and this shows the concern that the financial industry is one of the greatest risks that China faces today. It's an accurate report. In terms of the importance of it, one has to look at the Chinese system and why it's deemed that the party should have increasing control. It's not so much the restructuring of the government in terms of the new authorities to a financial body and science technology body. Those are things that would happen. Everything that is being done in China is somehow part of a secret party effort to gain more and more control. The party doesn't have to do that. The party wants more control or whatever it thinks it's most efficient and effective for the country. The restructure is being done because that's deemed in the best interest of achieving the overall objectives that is set in controlling financial risk, increasing control of science and technology, so there's more self-reliance and more integration in the country to integrate the various forces, which include the economy, which include companies in the economy. It includes research institutes, part of universities, and it includes various aspects of the entire country coming together, the scientific community, in order to do that. Now we have to look at Li Chang's background and experience, and it is arguably among, if not the best, in terms of prior positions for running China. He was governor of Zhejiang province, a center of entrepreneurship. for many years. I met him there in 2016. We were there with the CGTN crew looking to focus on the environmental issues in Zhejiang, very innovative. And Li Chang graciously met with me and told me of those policies. But frankly, on his mind at the time was not so much environmental issues. He was concerned about, of course, but his big focus then was on innovation and entrepreneurship, because I would learn the very next day, it was May 6th or something of 2016, he was meeting with a group of Zhejiang entrepreneurs in technology areas. And this is something he had done before and would do again. And it was fully on his mind. And that's what he wanted to talk about, the importance of entrepreneurship and private business. So this is not something new that is coming, that he's coming up with now. This is really an essential part of him. Then, of course, right after that, he became party secretary of Jiangsu province, and then party secretary of Shanghai. If you take the three provinces together, Zhejiang, Jiangsu, and Shanghai, add up the GDPs of all three, and if that were a separate country, it would rank like number 6 or 7 or in the entire world. And so he comes to the premiership having run effectively several countries, if not the largest countries, as the CEO. So he has that experience. Many times a premier will come up through the central government, and that's obviously important too. But if I were an independent analyst and I was asked, if you have a choice between a premier who has run some important ministries, say in the central government, and a person who has run 3 of the biggest provinces as the CEO, the person with whom the buck stops and is responsible for everything in the province, I would choose the latter, because that experience is the best kind of experience